which of the two sovereigns is imbued with the moral law? And this comes as to make a decision of where the strengths lie. And so even, your book says the Tao, and this is moral law, but you're deciding, you're coming to terms initially as to which side has the more strength due to the organization, due to that power. That's that innate energy, that innate power. And if, let's say, you're on the side that doesn't have that, I mean, what do you do? I mean, that's kind of what Sun Tzu did in the sense. He noticed that his home nation wasn't living up to the standards that were required of it, and so then he took his wares elsewhere, and he decided to help another nation state.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to read something. I think it's a quote attributed to Sun Tzu when he's making um, this assessment. I think he's talking about the Shang to the Chow, and he says, "The king now relies upon his strength and upon his strength flourishing. The four borders are free of worries. Arrogance and pleasure will inevitably be born." So, like, when you have that sovereignty, when you have your borders are secure, you're not worried on any of your sides. Arrogance and what does he say? Arrogance and pleasure will inevitably be born. Like you're gonna enter that state of just luxuriance and complacence and disconnection from the realities of warfare. So, I mean, it's interesting that he had points out that pattern so long ago, and it's in the Republic too. I mean, if you read what Plato says about how democracies collapse, it's just like, oh, yep,
Right.
yep,
And you're banking, it's almost like you're banking on the collective remembrance of a society to forget how awful war is, so that then you can kind of fool the newer, no, we're at a point now where I think there's just a handful of World War II veterans alive. And so people don't typically read or inform themselves with history, and a lot of the history in and of itself has been tampered and manipulated, so it's not entirely factual to begin with, but nonetheless people don't have an inherent desire to learn the mistakes of the past. So by the time a generation ends that does, then that amnesia can be capitalized on. And I
right.
think that's what we're seeing. That's what we're seeing. You forget that's that cyclical nature of it. You forget the hardships, you forget the dangers and why we don't do these things. It's almost like you forget that the oven is hot. And so that you want to touch it, you want to feel that sensation so that you can remind yourself why you don't touch the oven to begin with.